you run the URL in your browser. Don't mind, this one is installed on my laptop. I created it in a way that when you use it like on a phone, you can install it like how you install other apps. Then even you get the icon on the phone. That's why,
Okay.
yes, that's why you see on my laptop it is installed as an application. But you can run it in the browser directly, like here. If I put mini ERP, this is the way it runs, right? But when you run it like on a PC that can accept installations, you see it tells you here to install or to open in the app. On the phone, I will show those who will need. Obviously, I will have that video there, how you can install it on the phone, such that it is an app on its own. Okay, now the front page obviously gives you the overview. What do you expect? Um, the features it has: procurement, sales, inventory, delivery. We have delivery and logistics. We have financial reportings. We have the user and access controls. That when you create your company, you are able to create your own stuff. You get an admin who can always create stuff, and every staff you give them their different roles: a sales managers, a procurement manager. You know all the structure, how it is in operations, right?
Mhm.
Then each role can be given different permissions. Yes. Like procurement, they can only create LPOs, approve them, all that. Like, I know I'm talking to someone who has been in the space, so I may not stretch it so much. Yes.
Need to,
But
yeah, I understand.
I will try to hint on everything briefly. Now,
Yeah.
at this point, obviously, when you don't have an account, when you just Julian now has a business, a boutique, needs to create an account with Subtech Online Mini ERP, you come here to create an account. So when you're creating an account as a company, obviously you'll click on company and go ahead, click on create company account. I think because I'm logged in another space.
Mm.
But when you I'm logged in somewhere else, that's why it is. So when you click on create a company, it will give you the details where you put the company name and the admin. Let me check with this. Just a moment. If this can pass that. Okay. I will look into that. Now, obviously you do that. It is a one-off. Now, when you create, before you leave this page, when you create, like let's say you have got a sales manager on your team, you create them somewhere in your admin portal. Then after you have created them, there is a link you generate, you share with them that link. So when for them they come here, they come and say like join existing company. In other words, when they open that link, they don't get this of create a company, they only get this. So they go ahead to join, they automatically join your company. Why that is so? Because it is the same ERP, but it is going to be used by different tenants. That's what we call SaaS, software as a service. Like everyone comes in and rents a space. You get? So there are many companies that can be created under this, but the people you create are supposed to be created in your profile such that they can be under your company. So that's why there is this. So when you say join existing company, it means you must be having a link from your administrator. That's what it says here. Use the invitation link sent by your company administrator. Invited user cannot create companies. Right.
Mm.
Now I think I can switch to sign in. That can be a different training when you have already um,
Subscribed.
know when you get the interest too. Obviously, it is the process of subscribing. So
Okay.
here I will log in as Christopher because I'm the admin in the testing account that I'm running now. So the moment I log in, oh, just a moment, just a moment. Oh, okay. Uh, Oh, this thing is just now opening create account. So sign in, submitting, sign in. I think there is a problem. Okay. I will sort out that bug. I think there is a problem that is mismatching with others. So when you log in, you reach the first page you get is the dashboard. And when you click this icon of collapsing and expanding the menu on the sides, it gives you the name of your company. So the company now I'm logged in is SOMAP Test. So here it will give the name of the company. Maybe you have put Julian's Boutique, it will bring Julian's Boutique and the short name of that. Now the dashboard, all these pellets are clickable, right? This one gives you the overview of everything that you can access. Receivables, payables, monthly expenses, pending approvals and paid expenses, fixed assets, monthly depreciation. So we are going to look at all those modules just in a quick. Then there is an accounting module, there is a sales module, there is a purchasing module, there is a returns module, there is inventory. It stretches from how many SKUs do you have, how many, the stock you have, the mobile stock you have, that is drivers, the returns, the damages, the adjustments, what items do you have in low stock. Which means if I click on this, it takes me to the page that is going to show me the low stock, this, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me go back to the dashboard. So every pellet you click here, it takes you to that page. Now the master data, because I'm the admin, that's why I can see this. The teams I have in my company, the roles I have. The roles is now like procurement manager, procurement associate, such as those roles. It shows you how many roles you have, the branches you have. Like for me now, in this test account, we have 4 branches: Kasese branch, Kampala branch, or head office, Mukono branch. So every user you create, you can assign them to a branch. They can't see data from another branch in the same company. Yes. Then there is warehouses. Every branch will have a warehouse, right? And
Yeah.
now if I say, let me put Mukono, searching Mukono. So you see, Mukono is a branch. It has a main, it has damages, it has returns, it has adjustments. So when you start moving stock from one area to another, there is a damage, you move it. These are the bays in those branches, in that branch. But you can create as many branches as you can, which means you can start today with us, with one branch. The moment you have another branch somewhere else, you come in under your ERP, you create it, right? But at the end of the day, when you're doing the accounting and financial books closing and everything, all your branches compute into the same accounting books. Yeah. Now, that is on the dashboard. Some of the shortcuts I haven't put them, like stock taking. We also have the module for stock taking, right? Now, let me first run through the modules, then you start clicking on what we are going for. So
Okay.
now, please feel free to pause me whenever you have a question. Now,
Okay.
yeah, we have inventory, inventory management, where we look at stock levels, the movements you do, the adjustments you do, and the transfers. Sorry. So if you transfer stock from one branch to another, you'll always have that report of what was transferred and when was it. Then under stock take, you can create cycle counts on a daily. You can create end stock take, end month stock take, and you can even have a user who is always there only for stock taking. So you can have like some guy who goes around all the branches doing the stock take counts maybe once a week, something like that. So it means that the team on ground, they create a cycle count, then it is assigned to the other person. It is only the other person that have has the right to do the count. So all that is being managed in permissions. So you can create a stock take event, you can create counts, you can create you can run all the reports and all the variances that come out. They count, then the variances log in ERP, and it becomes your report to do adjustments and name them. Then
Okay.
we have the purchasing module. The purchasing module, you know the cycle. Right now, this cycle has no PR, or I can call it a purchase request. But what we start off with is creating an LPO. It goes through all the other process of approvals and all that, and you can determine who approves and who doesn't approve. And all these modules, I'm looking at them because I'm the admin. When I give a salesperson a role, they may be looking at only the sales module, maybe inventory, only two. So every role you give permissions, it is what they look at. They don't look at everything. Then we have the price management. It is that stretchy, like the way how you know the flows in price management. People make requests, the approvals go on. You change a price today, you change a price tomorrow, it completely updates. You remain with the logs of all the price changes, but it takes the latest one. We are going to look at that. We are going to do a dry run of some one trial
Item.
end to end. Then on sales, you can create quotation, and you only create a quotation for the stock you have. Then you can convert a quotation into a sales order when the customer has accepted that, yeah, the prices are okay, book for me the order, then they can deliver it. So you can create a sales order. Then after you have created a sales order, it means you can even deliver the sales order by creating a delivery note. And you can create also invoices automatically, and those invoices come with everything, the page headers and everything. It shows your company, your team, the way how you will have configured them in your company details. We're going to look at that. Then if you do sales but you don't do delivery, it means you don't buy or you don't subscribe for the trips and logistics module, right? But if
Yes.
if you have the trip and logistics module activated, it means your workflow, the sale order has to go through the trip, where you get a trip, you have an order, you tag it to a driver, you create a trip, you have created a vehicle, they go ahead and deliver. Now on delivering, the driver may not have the app themselves. It may be somehow manual on delivery right now, because I never wanted to stretch it to have a driver app, which may not create sense for many people, many small businesses that don't need the driver to manage what they sell. The driver has
Yes.
to manage, like if I have a boutique, a customer in charge has requested for address, they have paid, I just give the driver, the border guy, take this dress to the other person. So the team here on ground, or me, I will come and give that trip to that driver. Then when he tells me he has delivered it because he has not returned, I will just come and complete the trip here, such that if I pay this driver monthly, I can compute their monthly pay on the number of trips they have done from the reports I run. So I had skipped to that because I wanted to complete the sales. Now when the trip or when anything happens that you have a return, you can always reconcile that return in a correct process back into the main warehouse. Then we have the finance module. This finance module, it accounts for, first of all, you can create cost centers. We're going to look at that briefly, I think. Then you can create expense categories, and you can create expenses. Now, expenses that are outside procurement or purchasing. Expenses like rent, expenses like water bills, electricity bills, and all that will capture in your P&L, because we have a P&L. You can create P&L creates in the background. Then that is the finance module. Then when we come to reporting, now, the interesting thing and the extraordinary thing with the ERP from Subtech is because they do data analysis. So we never wanted you to get data and go back into Excel, right? So
Yeah.
we have done everything for you. So when you come to our reporting, the overview, this is the report. So you have everything done on a daily, even something you have sold now, it will automatically compute. So you can run your report for the last 30 days, this month, today, this week, and other filters you have. And it is so interactive that it gives you in real time. And you're able to export this to PDF in case you're sharing it with someone, or you can export it to Excel. The whole data exports to Excel. So here it gives you, and the beauty with it, that every pellet you click on here takes you to that position to look at how these numbers have come through. Then we also give you the comparisons, what you see in green, like you have a growth, you have a decline versus the last period. Versus previous period means versus the last 30 days, right? Last 30
Yes.
days versus the previous last 30 days, which makes a 60, something like that. I don't know whether I get it. That if I select today, it is going to give me a comparison versus yesterday, because it does versus the previous period. If I do this week, it is going to give me a comparison versus previous week. That's it. Then when we come to business growth, we also give you a detailed report which would have been required by finance team to run, where we give you reports, let's say what your business analyst should have run. This is daily sales velocity, which we call the rate, we call them the sales rates, or then we give you the days of stock cover, how many days you have spent with the stock, and average catalog, that is for every margin, what is the rate of investment. We have all these explained by clicking here. It gives you a description of what you're looking at. The description and the formula, how it is calculated. So which means your finance or your team should not struggle with Google and AI looking for what it means.
For formulas.
Yes, so we have already done the data analysis for you. Now, when you run down, there is a table that gives you the growth runway performance. It tells you each product, because all these products are the products I uploaded on this company. So for each product, it tells me how many days it has spent. Here are the headers, the stock levels, the run rates, the stock cover days. So it gives you how many days this stock has been with us. You're selling 0.4 per day on average. So you have all the run rates and the numbers with you here. Obviously, some will give you healthy, out of stock, at risk, something like that. Then the beauty is that we are giving you some tokens to use our AI model, that we have an AI running in the background that looks at your stock and gives you a populated draft to start on if you want to create LPOs. So if I just say, the AI does the suggestions that you can stock this, depending on its run rate and depending on, you name them, then it will give you a suggestion. So you can go ahead and approve a suggestion into a draft LPO. So it will create automatically a draft LPO the other side. So if I say approve, suggestion, and draft LPO, it has created an LPO. We are going to look at it. That LPO is in draft. Then I know questions will come. LPO, you have created it under which branch? All those formalities, we shall look into them.
Yeah.
Now, when you leave this, the growth, business growth, you come on stock valuation. That's where we have all the valuation of the stock you have right now in all the warehouses. If you want to choose, you can choose from here what is in Kasese main, what is in damages, what is in this. Everything you can easily tell when you're evaluating your stock. So total business stock right now you're sitting with is 2.18. It means if I say, let me look at Kampala main, it is giving me 201,200, and even giving you the list of the stocks you have. Reham Cola, it is 103 because of its cost price. This is the total we carry with. So that is on stock valuations. Here you have sales. It gives you a summary, a breakdown. Remember here we are under reporting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives you a summary of sales. What are the top customers? What are the top products you're selling, right? The same thing to do with purchases. It gives you the top suppliers, the top purchased products. So you can even filter by date and time. Profit and profit margin. Here it screens out what profit you have done. And every SKU you have sold, it gives you the total quantities you have sold, the revenue you have sold out, what was the cost of goods sold, and what's your gross profit. Yes, and gives you the percentage. So you can easily tell on average we are below target, something like that. Then we have the low stock. For those SKUs that have gone out of stock, here it's because when you're creating an SKU, you give it a reorder value, reorder level. So when it goes below that, then it shows that it has gone, it is now low stock. Then out of stock, that one is at 0 for that warehouse. So you can always record an adjustment if you have more than one branch. Now, still under reporting, I'm just going through the whole reporting in detail such that when we start our end-to-end, we just come this side to check.
Yeah.
Under reporting, still we have the customer statements. So there are these customers who will say that send me a receipt. You're doing a boutique and the customer says, as the driver is delivering, send me a receipt because I also want to claim from the big man. So now you can always select that customer. It means that will be your customer whom you will create in your ERP. And here is their ledger, right? So it will be giving you everything they have purchased with you. And the ledger, you see the debit and credit. It means the payment came through and all that. Now
This is nice.
I'm able to print this statement. And the good beauty that when you print that statement, it comes with all the details you upload for your company. I'm going to show you where you upload the details, your logo, your name, your email, your phone number, your TIN number, name them. So that is customer statement. Supplier statement the same way. Let me see which supplier have I done a test on. Pepsi Cola. Yes. So you see now this is the supplier statement. So I can choose, it is doing this year, you can choose to put 3 months or 6 months or this month. But for the statement, I didn't put the dates because we can find that somewhere else. So still when I print, it prints a PDF, which means you can send this as a receipt or as a statement to the supplier on how you have been doing this. Obviously, we shall revamp this more and enhance it, but for now, that's what it is. Now, that's on reporting. Now, when we go to accounting, I know I don't want to talk about much in accounting. I don't want to spoil your day.
My dear, I'm an accountant.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to spoil my day. You asking me many questions.
Maybe. Maybe what I've not seen is the taxes. Yeah, I'm dealing in agriculture. Even if I'm exempted and stuff like that, I'm sure some items you will show me where they come in.
Yeah, the taxes you can assign some of them to be VAT exempt and all that. But though we are not integrated to FRACE. It means if you are doing your limitations and everything, you may do it outside from this, but at least you have everything in case they came to audit. what they find the other side is what you have here, something like that. Maybe as with time we shall cross that bridge when we reach the river. Now, under accounting, we have these tabs. Now, this is the overview of the accounting interface, where it gives you the accounts, the mappings, the open periods. This is the dashboard, just giving you everything in summary: revenue, COGS, profit. Now we have P&L here. If you're already having everything input, you'll be able to generate a P&L. Then you have a trial balance, this debit, credit, and the debit balance and the credit balance, whatever you have put through. Ledgers, for in case you want to run any ledger like cash, or you want to run anything like bank if you're doing bank reconciliations. But in other words, if you're inputting the data. Balance sheet, the same thing. Then we have journals here if you're creating journals manually. But journals are also automated, that when you're doing other expenses, you automatically log these journals. But you can also create a manual journal. You put in the description and you put in, you select the account. I'm debiting maybe the cash and I'm crediting the bank, something like that. Okay, now when we go to master data, you can create teams. Now under teams, this is where you create your users. You create a user, and this user, I'm giving him a role of maybe inventory manager. And let me say this. Why is that kiosk still popping in my things? Now here, can say, okay, this is Christopher, then he's an inventory manager, then he's going to manage 2 branches, Kasesa and Kampala. Then the moment I add, it's going to generate a link, and I will have to share with this person a link because he's new to the team, and they should be able to log in and create their account to the other side. And they will be only accessing things that are assigned to be accessed by the inventory manager. Then the roles, this is where you create your roles. Not all companies have the same roles, so that's why we made it customary. It is, you create your own custom roles, but the permissions are there. So when you create a role, let's say I'm creating a role of maybe HR, then here you start giving it permission. All permission, obviously this is an admin, but here you see inventory, stock take. You see on stock take there is who can view, who can create, who can start, who can assign, who can submit, who can count, all that. You can have a teams and you distribute the roles. Obviously strategically, such that you don't break the workflows. Sales, who can view sales, who can create them. Procurement, who can create LPOs, who can view them, who can approve them. Invoices, who can create them, who can view them. Delivery notes, returns, products, price management, customers and suppliers and all that. The list still goes on. So we obviously, we always have, we come in with trainings and training your teams and creating documentations on how you can always do it. Then branches, here it's where you create branches. You saw the branches I created, so it is just a button, create a branch, HQ, and give it head office, phone number, the email of the admin, and boom, it's already a branch. And when you create a branch, when you go under warehouses, it automatically creates these that have system. It automatically creates the main, the damage, the returns, and the adjustments when you create a branch.
Oh.
Yes, so you see they are having system here. It means they were created automatically by the system. Leave out the other ones on top. They were created before I enhanced and put in that functionality. Under customers, here you create your customers. You can create one customer by one, and even you give them a credit limit in case you want to give out credit. Then you can even upload. So you can upload a list of customers. Uploading a list of customers, you have a template here. You download the template, you input your customers, then you upload all of them at once rather than creating one by one. Then suppliers, the same thing. You can create a supplier and you can import a list of suppliers. Products, the same thing. You can create one by one and you can also import a list of them. Categories, the same thing. Now, what I'm still contemplating on, which I haven't extended here, is attaching taxation on each product, which I know you asked that, which is something that I have it on my roadmap, but I had first paused it because I never wanted it to come in handy before other things come in. But under the company, you can assign a VAT, which maybe doesn't play much role for a business like doing the sales and inventory and all that, because every SKU comes in with its own tax rate, right? But that is being taken into consideration as of now. Now, categories here, creating categories like you see sodas, drinks, alcohol, and for now this is not directly attached the other side, but we shall attach it. But when you look at the product here, they have category, right? So if you upload them, then you upload them with the categories. Then now where I should have started from, and I couldn't start from there because it was going to be a confusion, is how you set up your own company, which should have been the first, but it comes now because we needed to know what modules do we have. Now, the moment you create your company, there are a lot of things you put together, because all these details will appear either on statements or on invoices, on quotations, on sale orders, the moment you want to print it out. Yeah, so all this is plain. I may not explain. What I can say here, you set a currency, then this is where you can set a default tax rate. So this default will be attached on every SKU, but you can always decline it when you're creating an SKU, right? This is a default one, of which it is always by default not set, such as you can set by product depending on the products you're receiving. Now, we come on branding. You will upload your own logo, such that the logo appears. You have seen the statements the other side, this logo was appearing. Then the domain setting has not yet been configured as of now, but we are planning to configure this such that when you create your account as let's say Julian Fashions, and we can create for you a company slang. A company slang is like the short name on how you want the business to run, and we create for you a domain. A domain is like, you see how this is, it has the word mini ERP in front, which means here it will be like julianfashions.subtekonline.com, right? Such that it shows it is you, like how, if I can give still a reference of Kiosk, where we had kiosk.app, but no, we had kiosk erp.next.kiosk.app, something like that. It means that we're having our own domain attached, a subdomain attached to the domain of ERP. Then you can set your brand colors here. Every company runs with its own theme colors, so you can set your primary color and your accent color. Then exactly that's what happens on your invoice headers. Let's say if I change this to red or magenta, something like that, black, you see the invoice, it is changing those shadings. And if I change this, you see the font also changes to that, right? You see that, you get. So it means you can set that to your own theme colors and you run with that. Now that is, and I will not save for that purpose. You can come on document numbering, how you want your documents to be numbered, like invoice dash 2026 dash 002, something like that. Sorry? Julian?
No. Sorry, someone was talking to me, sorry.
Oh, no, okay, fine. So, here you can choose on how you want your naming of your documents to be. Like if I want the invoice to have a year, then you can toggle this for the year to appear.